Hello solo leveling fans, and welcome back to a new video. Now real quick before I get started with the video, I just want to shout out this comment right here that inspired me to make today's video. And if you guys want to get featured in future videos like this, all you have to do is comment something that you want to see on the channel below in the comment section, and I promise I'll get back to all the comments. I read it all, and I'll do my best obviously to create all the content that you guys want to see on the channel. But with that being said, guys, there is still a giveaway going on the channel, and you get a chance to win a hunter pass, a deluxe hunter pass with 54 rate up tickets, the Jinwoo skin, legendary and heroic blessing and rune chest. So best of luck to everyone that is participating. All you have to do to enter is like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be giving the reward in 9 days now. So best of luck to everyone that is participating in that. Now today's video is going to be all about those supports and the support hunters that you should be equipping basically in your party to get the maximum bang for your buck. Now I'll quickly say this. I will cover different varieties here. So for example, SR units that you should be equipping when it comes down to supports, just in case you don't have those SSRs. But we'll also be going over some SSR units, like some of the best SSR units in the game that will actually make you stronger. So that way you have the option to go both ways. If you don't own the SSRs, excuse me, you can always fall back on the SRs. And believe it or not, some of these SRs are actually pretty decent when it comes down to supporting. Now, first off, I'm going to be talking about an early game hunter that is definitely by no means the best, but will help you a ton, especially get down the basics of the game and help your party heal and get buffed, and that is your girl Juhi. Now Juhi, again, like I said, is by no means the best support out there, but she's definitely a very beginner friendly hunter. She you encounter her quite a lot actually. So this is my free-to-play account. If we go here real quick and we go all the way to Juhi, as you can see here, the amount of times I've encountered her is actually pretty nuts. I already got her to Dimensional Advancement 5, and she does bring out a ton of value, especially in the early game stages. So she's definitely an early game support. That's the best way to think about her, but you will have to definitely move on to someone better in the future. Speaking of early game hunters and people that you can obtain for free from chapter rewards, is your boy Eugene Ho. He's definitely another great option for you early to mid game, in my opinion, especially with how much you encounter him. He is advanced pretty damn good on my account here. You encounter him quite a lot, as you can see here. Obviously ignore the weapon that I have equipped, do not look at that, but as you can see here, I have him all the way up until A5. And that is again because we've encountered him so many times. You get him from chapter rewards, and he provides a ton of value. He also brings in a ton of value when it comes down to breaking. He gives a shield to teammates and a small little heal that goes over time. So that is definitely one of the options that he can bring to your party, and someone that you should be considering if you want somebody that is a solid support pick. He will be definitely a good option for you if you don't own any SSR units. Now moving on to another great SR unit, it's going to be Kim Chol right here. Kim Chol is again another great support. He provides shields, he provides break, he's a good tank that is that, like, obviously that that you can depend on when it comes down to battling bosses with like break dodges and stuff like that. I'll say this though, he is a little bit harder to obtain when it comes down to maxing him out and advancing him and stuff like that. But again, that is all luck based. That is just all RNG at that point, but he does give some pretty good values. Again, all right, he believes in himself. But basically, if you look here at the advancements, you can see that some of these advancements are pretty damn good. So he increases the user's defense by 6%, making him a little bit tankier and stronger. When tagging out, that's his third advancement here. When tagging out, applies impenetrable effect to the entire team, creates a shield equal to 8% of the user's defense, and obviously with a duration of 10 seconds on a 30-second cooldown. So as you can see here, some of these advancements are actually pretty good. He creates a good shield for your teammates here when he's tagging out. He's, like I said, he's a very solid unit when it comes down to breaking, so I definitely recommend considering him as an option as well. Now, those were like early to mid game support hunters. Now let's step it up a bit. let's talk about some of the broken, and I actually mean broken, supports when it comes down to the SRs. Great support value. We'll start off with our girl here, Park Heejin. Sadly, I do not own her on this account, but she is one of the best supports, if not the best SR support in my opinion. She brings out a ton of utility when it comes down to her kit, and she brings a lot of damage as well that is hidden here. And as you can see here, if I go to her advancements real quick, she decreases the cooldown of Windstorm by 10%. Not really that big of a deal, but the damage of Windstorm increases. She brings a lot of damage, but also increases the attack, defense, and HP by 3%, increases the user's defense and HP by 3%. So overall, she becomes really, really strong. And trust me when I tell you this, she removes debuffs from her and her party. That is basically what you're going to be looking for, and all you need is obviously A1. She definitely does crazy amounts of damage, a lot of knockups, a lot of power when it comes down to AoE stages. She is your girl if you need an insane support when it comes down to a solid SR support. So yeah, definitely one of the best ones. Now, another one with great potential here, and one of the best, again, if not the best SR. I'd say it's pretty close between Nam Chae-young and Park Heejin, because both of these are excellent units, but she is absolutely crazy. Her weapon is her best feature in my opinion, and how much break damage she deals. But if there are no enemies within a 5-minute range, increase the user's attack the user's damage by 2.5%. When Nam Chae-young attacks a frozen target, the target's defense is decreased by 5% for 5 seconds. So she's definitely pretty strong when it comes down to that. And now with the new feature that allows you to craft SR units, SR weapons, you can definitely craft her weapon and get it as high as you want. But obviously I want to quickly just highlight some of these skills that she has. For example, here, as you can see here, most of her attacks deal break damage. This is medium break damage, this is heavy break damage, and this is all coming from an SR unit. So she's absolutely crazy when it comes down to it. Again, another special skill with medium break here, another medium break here. So you guys get the idea here. She also applies the freeze effect on most of her abilities, and I just want to say this, guys, she definitely is nothing to scoff at when it comes down to being a great support, and she will definitely come in handy, especially in the workshop of Brilliant Light, and with all the new content that they are releasing when it comes down to the workshop of Brilliant Light. So she's someone to keep an eye on if you don't have the following SSR units that I'm going to be talking about. Now, starting with the SSR units, I want to quickly mention Bake here. Bake is, in my opinion, the best breaker in the game, right? And he is absolutely a fantastic unit to have, mainly because of his break potential, but that's about it. You're only picking Bake for his break power and his break potential, because other than that, he's basically nothing special, especially because he scales off defense. He doesn't have anything crazy when it comes down to stats, but like I said, he is one of the best breakers in the game. So in my opinion, he's the worst SSR support unit that you can ask for, but also not too bad, you know what I mean? Obviously he's better than all the SSR units when it comes down to he's better, he's the best breaker in the whole game, but he's like a one-trick pony. You basically bring him in for one job and one job only, and that is to do as much break damage as you can on bosses, basically. So yeah, that is Baek-Yoon-ho for you. I thought I would mention him here. He's pretty OP in my opinion, but at the same time, he only does one job and one job. But I guess it's better to do one job well than not do anything at all, or different jobs but suck at them. So yeah, Baek-Yoon-ho is the first SSR unit that you should be considering when it comes down to supports. Another honorable mention here is going to be Lim. Lim is also another great support when it comes down to breaking and stuff like that, but he only provides break damage, especially on his ulti. And again, he's only a one-trick pony. You only bring him in if you want a good support that is going to be doing break damage. And he's very situational. He's obviously a dark elemental hunter to do break damage, the opposite of Bake basically, which is light. So yeah, these two are situational picks, Lim and Bake. They're both great, but only for breaking. Now moving on to another great support, in my opinion. This is where the tier list gets spicy basically, and the first one I'm going to be talking about is Bora. Now Bora is by far the best SSR dark support that you can ask for, and she has plenty of damage. She has plenty of cleansing abilities, or like removing debuffs basically. I mean, look at this. You don't even need to advance her to get her all the way up here, but as you can see here, she has an enhancement circle, removes any debuffs from you on your party or anybody that's in it. It increases the dark elemental damage, so she's definitely she works really well with other dark hunters as well, someone like Silvermane Bake Yunho, again Lim, I don't know, even Kang can actually do pretty decent damage with her. So yeah, she's definitely one of those supports that will definitely buff your teammates damage and cleanse all those debuffs. So for example, if there's a boss with like, I don't know, a bleed effect or a freeze effect or all that good stuff, you just bring in Bora and don't have to worry about anything else really. So she has definitely some really good potential when it comes down to being on your team to bring like all these debuff cleansing and buff all that dark elemental damage. So yeah, she's pretty damn good. Now the next person I'm gonna be talking about is no one else except for the boy Min. Now Min is top tier support, honestly. It doesn't get better than Min. If you want a support that gives you everything, and I mean everything, this is your man right here. I mean, just look at this, right? He buffs all sorts of so basically he buffs light damage, he gives a heal, look at this. I mean, the entire team continuously covers HP equal to 1% of Min Byung-Gu's health every second for 10 seconds straight, and increases damage taken by 15% for 20 seconds. So he basically sacrifices his HP and he sacrifices his defenses for healing the team and buffing your team. He also deals light elemental damage, obviously, but what I want to talk about here is his ultimate. When you use his ultimate, the user applies the Heavenly Blessing effect to the entire team. When the user is under the disguise effect, it applies the critical hit damage. Now the Heavenly Blessing itself, look at this, the user's damage dealt and critical hit rate increases by 12%. So imagine using this on someone like Chao. This would actually buff her like crazy, and the user's critical hit damage increases equal to 40% of the amount that exceeds Min Byung-Gu's basic critical hit damage. So yeah, pretty insane when it comes down to that. He definitely buffs the light dealers or like the light damage dealers pretty hard, and he also gives a heal. He increases crit hit rate and crit hit damage, and it doesn't have to be light, by the way. I'm just saying, like, it just increases the user's damage dealt and critical hit rate by 12%. That's all it says. It doesn't have to be light. So he's definitely a top tier support when it comes down to that. So yeah, guys, he is probably the best support in the game when it comes down to buffing your DPSs and you know, being able to bring out the best in them basically. Another support that I'm going to be talking about here, and probably our last support, is going to be Meilin Fisher. She is again a great support when it comes down to our support tier list. And the reason why is because she's going to be very good when it comes down to the Workshop of Brilliant Light. She is currently very high in demand. Sadly, again, I do not own her, but she is going to be on my rate up list. That's the first thing I'm going to be pulling for, honestly. But look at this, honestly. The one ability that is so good, and that is basically this one right here. It's called Up, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Up? Yeah, so up here, when this skill hits, it removes the target's shield. So any enemies that basically has shields, say goodbye to that. All you have to do is just land that basic skill, and that is it. It doesn't have to be like, you know, this could be at level 1 or level 10. It doesn't matter. It will still remove all shields in question, and increases the user core attack damage by 8%. So it's absolutely amazing, honestly. She heals herself as well. She has the water elemental damage with airborne effect on it. Overall, a solid unit. When this skill hits, it removes the target's shield. Again, another shield removal here with her special skills. So yeah, absolutely amazing. And look at this, when she uses her ultimate skill, she increases her attack by 8%, the defense by 8%, increases user critical hit rate by another 8%. Look at this, she literally increases everything by 8%. Decreases the user's damage taken, increases the core attack by 8%. So absolutely amazing stuff here when it comes down to Meilin as a support unit here. And obviously when you max her out, or like when you go for her maximum advancements, the damage goes all the way up. The ratios are obviously still the same. So yeah, that will be the last support unit. I also prepared a quick little tier list for you guys here that we can check out together. I just have to add in Lim, because I forgot about him as well. I would probably honestly put him either in the OP section or the very good section, but I would probably put him in the OP section over with Bake here, since he is better than the SR units below. So yeah, overall, this is the tier list that we were looking at when it comes down to support in the games. Let me know you guys think in the comment section. But Juhi, as I said, Juhi early game, all these three are basically early to mid game. These are the basic units that you're going to be depending on when it comes down to like early to mid game content. But then when you have to like call in the big guns, these are the ones that you're going to be focusing on. Byung-Gu is definitely the best one by far, followed by Meilin, and then Bora to buff those dark elemental hunters and remove debuffs. Again, Bake and Lim here, these two guys are just here for the breaking, solid breakers, solid utility usage when it comes down to bosses who really have, you know, big mean break bars. And then obviously Namche Young and Park Heejin here, they're definitely good for utility. Again, Young here, she's really good when it comes down to dealing water damage as well as break potential and applying the freeze effect. Again, Workshop of Brilliant Light, she's one of your best friends. As long as Meilin is not around, you definitely have to go for Namche Young in my opinion. And then Park Heejin is absolutely great when it comes down to AoE. So yeah guys, that sums up everything that you guys need to know about support hunters. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see on the channel. But with that being said guys, thank you so much for watching. Happy leveling. Peace.